Hey everyone, Captain Mac here, and I'm back with another Last of Us video, but this time I want to talk about the casting for HBO's adaptation of The Last of Us. They announced that Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey were cast to play Joel and Ellie. I know for a good while now people have included their own fan castings of who they think would be the best to play a live-action Joel and Ellie. My preference would have been Nikolai Coster-Waldau, who played Jaime Lannister in the Game of Thrones as Joel, and then Sophia Lillis, who played Beverly Marsh in the reboot of It as Ellie. In any case, whenever someone posted their fan cast, it was met with complaining and name-calling, which just tells me that there are going to be fans who are going to be pissed off no matter what. Everyone has in their mind opinions of who they think would best play the role, and it's likely that Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey were not on people's lists, as they don't look like the characters, and immediately there was backlash and complaining when they were cast, for a show that hasn't even come out yet. But let's look at this, shall we? First, I just want to say that I am super excited to watch the show and to see how they bring the video game to life. Aren't you? I'm excited to see how they do the clickers and the bloaters, etc., and hopefully it is wildly successful so us fans will be able to get more props and collectibles from the Last of Us universe and possibly some Halloween costumes and animatronics. But moving on, let's look at Pedro Pascal. He is one of the most in-demand actors right now, following the massive success of his role in The Mandalorian. People also recognize him from the Game of Thrones as Oberyn Martell. The guy can act. He has 54 roles under his belt. He has won several awards for his talents. No one can dispute that he isn't talented and that he will probably do an excellent job as Joel. But does he look like Joel? Not really. Not as close as Nikolai or Hugh Jackman or Josh Brolin, to name a few, but there have been some pretty cool edits of Pascal as Joel, and I think he looks pretty good. But let's go and talk about Bella Ramsey for a sec. She too is most recognized for her role in the Game of Thrones as a feisty Lyanna Mormont. She was originally supposed to be in one episode, but her character was so popular that they gave her more episodes. At the age of 18, she has 20 titles to her name and has also won awards for her acting. So again, we know she can act. But does she look like Ellie? No. Aside from actress Caitlin Dever, who does bear a resemblance to Ellie, there aren't many known actresses who actually look like her. There is probably a girl out there who does look like Ellie and who can act, but obviously HBO didn't go look for an unknown, so they hired Ramsey, who they already had a connection with from her previous work on the Game of Thrones. This tells me they are prioritizing acting ability over appearance. Which brings me to my next point. When making an adaptation from video game to screen, do the actors need to look like our beloved video game characters? I don't necessarily think so. Sure, it would be ideal, but it shouldn't be a deal breaker. And besides, Bella Ramsey has the major features of Ellie, like her skin tone, her hair color, and it will be simple to style her hair. HBO has access to some of the best makeup, hair, and costume designers, as we've seen on Game of Thrones, so they'll be able to give Ramsey her eyebrow scar and have her wear green contacts if needed. Because think about it, this show is being done by HBO, who has won numerous awards and has had some of the best television shows ever produced. And it's being handled by Neil Druckmann, the man himself, who created the games. With that, fans need to trust that this show is in good hands and is getting seals of approval by Druckmann. We know the games are fantastic and have been done carefully and with great detail. The games have won more awards than any other video game out there, so again, fans should feel secure that this same level of care and diligence will also go into the show, given how Druckmann is able to have a substantial role in the production. And look at the fantastic graphics HBO has pulled out with Westworld and Game of Thrones, and now we get to see how they bring the infected to life. I mean, when I watched the dragons come to life on my big screen TV, had I not known any better, I would have sworn HBO went to an animal sanctuary somewhere and rented them out for a day of shooting. I strongly believe we are in very good hands. That being said, I haven't really seen people complain about this aspect of the show. Their main issue is that the actors don't resemble Joel and Ellie to a T. Remember guys, the games are rated M for mature, and yet so many comments are completely the opposite, from saying racist insults to just being plain rude. My advice to you, just don't watch the show when it comes out. You have already doomed it to fail in your mind, and you will no doubt scrutinize anything that is produced. Or grow up a bit and watch the show. You are making judgments about something that has not even come out yet. As for me, I know I am excited. I know these actors are talented. I know HBO can produce absolute amazing stories, and it's my favorite video game of all time. So I am excited to see it evolve on my big screen TV. I thank you for listening and hope you were entertained. Please subscribe to our channel and give it a thumbs up. I'd love to hear your comments and feedback. If you have a topic you'd like me to discuss in the future videos, let me know in the comments. If you want more Last of Us content, join the Last of Us Obsession group on Facebook. This is Captain Mac, and I wish each of you all the very best. And may the wind be always at your back, says I.